recording. Okay, so imagine database as a folder, nothing else but just a folder in the computer, maybe in the server, maybe somewhere, right? This database name is school. Inside you're gonna have subsection, right? We call it folder again. Let's call it student, right? Inside this student you're gonna store many students. So you might have the notepad. Let's for now notepad, right? This is a notepad, and I'm going to store the student now. So the first student will be something like this, right? Array with object. Okay, first student. So I can have name, right? Let's say Dev. Okay, and then maybe age 40, right? And then maybe let's say student have GPA, whatever you want to store. You can give number maybe 1.5. You can add, this is the object, right? Just the object. Okay, comma, you can have another student now. So this data you are storing is inside the student. Save as, go to desktop, and school, where is school? So inside student we can call it students, right? Like that. Okay, so I hope everyone understand this much, right? We have first is school, then student, and the students. Now inside the school database you can have many collection. These are collections. So teacher, right? Teachers, maybe, or teacher, let's call it teacher. You can have maybe library, right? Library. Okay, so in every collection you have different set of data stored. So for every collection you have you're gonna have the file which holds all your object, basically like this. So that's how the database is created, right? So let's draw here. You have one database here, that is a database. Let's call it database, right? Database. Okay, now inside this database you can have many collection, right? So you can have collection, maybe collection will be student, right? Student. You're gonna have collection maybe teacher, right? Teacher. So these are called collection. So just you saw the document, right? How things work here. You have the folder for the main folder for the database itself. Okay, for one project you're gonna have maybe one database, right? And inside you're gonna have many collection. So if I have to create a database for the, let's say, e-commerce site, right? So I gonna name it what I can say, e-commerce, right? Like that. Then inside e-commerce, what are the things I need? So I can have collection for products. Yeah, I store all my products here. I'm gonna have collection for maybe users, right? So what else we can add? You have products, you have users. Maybe you're gonna have a let's say database for, you can think of, right? Maybe let's say sales, right? Maybe you can add inventory, right? So each collection gonna have a file, and where the related, relevant, right, information is stored. Okay, so that's how things are made in database. The only difference with the local storage, something like this, right, and database is we have access, like we have the URI, right? URI. So in our case in the, see, if I have to access something locally here, what I will get. Let's go and connect, right? So I can click on this mongodb button here and click here, right, to connect. So see, localhost 27017, right? So with this link I can access the local installed mongodb, because now the mongodb is live. Okay, I mean, basically there is a system running behind the scene, right? When I start my computer, the mongodb, once you install the mongodb, it is already running. Okay, it's running, right? So you just need the local host link and then you have access to that one. So basically you accessing this, right? Not only this, but all the database you have created in your mongodb. So if I go back here and just open the terminal, right? Okay, it's here, see that? Let me cancel this, exit. Okay, so you just have to do mongo, right? Mongo sh, correct? Mongo sh to get the mongodb terminal. And because I have the local host 2701 connected, that give me access to the mongo sh now, right? So mongo sh, see? So look at here, right? That's the exact link connected to mongodb //127.0.0.1 and the port is 2701. So now you are accessing the folder, right? Folders and files inside your database through the link. This links gives you access. So if you can use this link anywhere, right, inside within your computer, because this is local host. Okay, I mean, we're gonna learn how to use the same string, right, in the cloud storage. I told you, I think I sent you link last time, right? So we're gonna check that also. Okay, so the first thing, when I do db, right, db database source, right, source, what was that? dbs, right? dbs. So db why not? So dbs, right? dbs. Okay, see, I always get confused with all this command. So dbs, that's the first command, right? You can check all the database created here, correct? So last time we were working in restaurant and school. So if I need to connect one of this, so dbs is just to look at all the database, right? If you want to connect one of this, what you gonna do? Use, right? Use, let's say school, use school. Okay, now you are connected to school, you are inside the school now, right? So it's same thing, same thing here. The school folder, you are now inside the school folder. So that is the mongodb database which we are using terminal to look at, right? But now you are inside the school folder. So there is a student collection. Okay, so collection is a folder which holds all the data, right? So let's check now. So we did so dbs. So similarly, once you can use school, connect to your school now, right? You can say so we can see all the collection here. Let's check now, right? In the school, how many collections are there? Okay, so collections, right? Okay, so now there is students and teacher. Look at here, students and teacher, right? So collection, so that is the command you can use to see which are the collection there. Okay, fine. So in normally, right, how many different command you have to remember, you have to practice. Okay, I will write down here. That will be find, right? Find, by ID, right? Then so this will give you all, right, all the database in that particular collection. Find by ID, so you can input the ID, right, and you're gonna get that particular ID database. Okay, so once you have that, right, find, okay, so next one was what, this is the find, right? Next one was create, correct? So create, what was that? Create, right? Oh, sorry, insert, not create, insert. Okay, so you can insert the data here, insert, right? What else? Insert many, so there is insert many, I believe. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so these two we can use for inserting many or insert one, right? Then next you have to remember is in our API building, so you have find by ID. So let's say you want to display all the product, you want to go find method, right? You want to select one product, somebody, you know, in the website, right? You click one product and you get all the information about that product. So that is basically find by ID. Okay, you want to insert, let's say you want to add one data, right, the whole object. So product name, ID, I mean ID it will create. So about product descriptions, size, whatever, right, information you have in, you have to insert in database, you can send as one object inside here. Okay, if you have the file, right, or you want to add many objects same time, you can use this function. So when you create a schema, right, or when you create your let's say API, you can have all this ready, you know, like you just can add there, right, and then it will, you know, you just click the button, do something, whatever functionality you select, right, that API will run. All right, so next will be, let's say, so we find, insert, and that what else we can do, CRUD, right? Normally, you know, if you look at, right, we do, you know, CRUD operation, you know, CRUD, right, CRUD operation. Okay, or we can call it get, post, patch, right, patch, and delete. Okay, delete, delete. So these are the four operations you're gonna do. So we just find, right, find by ID, that is like basically get, insert many, that is post. So patch will be update. Okay, so let's to update something inside the mongodb, you're gonna have maybe update one, right? That is what you're gonna learn. You just have to remember that, right? And then there is update many also, update many. Okay, many. And then the final one you have to remember is remove, right, that delete. So that will be delete one, and then you can delete many, right? Delete, I can put, yeah, just add here delete many. So in update, right, normally what we do is there is one more function. So let me write down here, right? You're gonna see sometimes I will you know, I mean, people using this also, right? Not me only, but everyone use, right, by ID. So there is a function find by ID, right? Basically you find something with ID, and, right, and update, simple enough. So you're gonna find, let's say you want to click an update button, right? So that item has an ID, you're gonna get that item and then make a change and submit. So it will find the items with that ID, and also it will update, it will do the both job, like finding and updating, right? Both job. Okay, so and similarly with the remove also. Okay, so there will be find, I think find by ID, right, and remove. Okay, enough. So that's it, this is all you have to remember. I mean, just make note of this, right? This many function will be enough. So in Excel sheet, right? In Excel sheet, remember you have the filter, you do all kind of things, sort, sort the data, right? Filter also. So same thing you can do with these functions. There will be like some parameter you can pass, right? And you can do the sorting of the data, you can do the filter. But let's first keep it up to here, right? Try to understand how to create data, how it should look, right? To make a visual representation, okay? Just try, right? So I believe now everyone is clear on this, right? Any question on? I hope now it's clear, how data are made. Matati is clear now. I mean, exactly what is happening, right, in the database.
Not yet.
So what I'm saying, right? You just imagine if you create any database, it's just a folder, okay? One folder created, right? That is a database. Just imagine, okay? Let's say you're working with any project, you want to create a database. You have a command, right? We're gonna see how we create through the API, okay? We're gonna check that tomorrow project. But just imagine you have a command to create a database. It will create automatically, okay? There is a database now. The next step is collection, right? Collection is the in one database you can have many collection is like placeholder where the related data is stored. So you have school database, inside you have student collection, inside there you put information of each student. Now that's it. That is all about the whole story here, right? So you can have many collection in one database. That is clear or not? Yeah.
I understand that part. My problem is like how they all come together.
So we will check that in tomorrow project, right? Let's not. Can you explain to me, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, can you explain to me how all this come together? What that means, like in the whole project or just the?
So, for example, like if you have a house,
Yeah.
you have the bricks, you have the cement and the wood. How they make a house? That's the part. Like I'm still.
So see right now, right? You just have to focus about MongoDB because that's why we are using shell, like command line, right, to create everything. Okay. When we build the whole project, right? I will show you tomorrow. We're gonna do like starting phase, how you're gonna create API, how you're gonna create the model, right? And the model will be used to create all the database, and everything will be done through the system. You don't have to go and do this manually. You don't have to do all this what I'm doing right now. What we are doing right now, right, is just to learn the command, like insert one data or maybe insert many or find, we're just learning the command, all the function. That's it. So that function will be used later, right, in our program to insert something in the database or maybe find something from the database, maybe update something in the database. So there are a couple of functions we have to use, right? So we just looking at that in the low level, okay, like very low level, right? But all these things you're gonna write in the separately, okay? In the file you just write the command, all the codes, and done. Manually you don't have to do anything. Okay. The thing now, maybe your problem with this, right, not understanding this, is like how this is created, right? Can you just explain one more time? Let's figure out, right? Let's go ahead.
I think I guess I don't understand anything. Then, if you say it like that,
No. I mean, in which level you have not understand, right? Like just creating a database or the whole website, like how it will work in the front end, back end.
the whole thing.
No, but we have not done everything, right? Right now you just have to focus is simple.
Yeah.
Just create a database, okay? Just how to create database. That is what you have to focus first thing, right? Once you have database, then you learn how to create what you call that collection. Once you have a collection, you learn how to add data now. I can make a point here. Let's write a point, right? Just try to focus on that point, okay? So the first will be, right, point 1, okay, up here, uh, create database, right? Okay, that is first point to understand. Right now, this is what you have to understand. Create collection, right? Collection, okay. The next is insert data, okay. That is in our case we insert object, right? Object is a data. Then fourth will be, so insert. Now you learn how to find. Once you start, right, you learn how to find data, okay, or get data, right? Get data, simple. Now 5.5, right, you're gonna have, so create database, create collection, insert data, find data. You're gonna have update, right? Update data. Then you're gonna 6 will be delete, right? Delete data. That's it. So this is all the operation we're gonna do, right? A database is a storage, okay. This is just the storage, right? Storage. Yeah, you can have a folder name that is called database, right? So here is a school, right? School, we create school, okay. And in the school you can have many collection, right? So create collection. Now you learn how to add data to that one. Then find, after that you find, right, and update and delete. So all this operation you just have to learn. Clear? So can I show you, maybe we can go through all that point and just see how it works, right? Okay, so let's do that.
Oh yeah, so there's a saying by Elon Musk that instead of showing the student the spanner and the screws and all of that, can show them the engine and show them like how the engine comes together from that point. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, can you repeat one time? Can you go ahead again? Can you say me? I mean, just I didn't understand that what you said.
So then I think what I'm looking for is the whole pie, not the pieces.
Whole pie means what? Like the whole money stack website? Oh, that is, it's not gonna happen same time, right? Maybe let's say tomorrow, because this is the long process, okay. You have to, let's say what you're gonna create, right? That's why we learn a Node.js, Express. Now we learning MongoDB, right? We learn React. Now we have to put all these things together in one project, okay. So that's why you just finish this one today, MongoDB, right? Tomorrow we're gonna build the project, the complete picture, right? And you see how it works, okay. So tomorrow let's do it, right? One simple project we will try to do with everything. We're gonna do front end, back end, everything, right? And then just for the understanding, right? Matati said also, so maybe that will help him to realize exactly why we using all these things and how things work, right? Okay, because that's a long process. It's not going to just happen quick, right? We have to start creating like a whole, I mean, just maybe like 2 hour or 3 hour class just to build a simple project, right? So we will do it, tomorrow. But for now, what you have to understand, right, all these 6 point, okay, in MongoDB, because see we have learned something in Express, we're going to use that, right? We have learned now a little bit of MongoDB also. I mean, these are the functionality mostly we use in our project, so we will be using this also. We have learned React, so now you're going to have back end, front end. We have all the tools ready now, right? We're going to use that in our project, okay. So let's do one project tomorrow, simple project. We're going to do some kind of CRUD, because every project has a create, read, update, delete, right? So that's what we're going to do. Clear on that? Okay. But for now, right, just try to understand, okay, how the MongoDB work. I mean, even in the video link I have sent 1 hour, right? You can watch. You don't have to watch all the way, but just at least 50% if you watch, right? It has everything you need to understand. Okay, you need to know, right? I think 50 to around 45 minutes, up to 45 minutes, you get almost everything. So, on the last class we did the create and insert, right? So let's go through quickly, and then we're gonna stop here. So tomorrow let's do this. It will be long class, but still we're gonna finish in one class, and then after we're gonna continue normally, right? So okay, let's get back here in the Mongo here, right? So we have this school, right? Let me get out from here. Okay, let's say you want to create something new, right? New database. How you gonna do that? So let's say use, right? You just do use. I mean, in the command line we are doing use, right? But in the real project you're not going to do all this. Okay, you just have the URI, right? The link, and in the back you put the database name. It will create by automatically. Okay, it will create, right? So let's not worry about that. For in this case, if I have to create new database, what I will do, I will just call use, right? And then I'm gonna say maybe let's say product. Okay, or let's call it e-commerce, right? ECOMMERC, e-commerce. Okay, if I do that one, it will create the e-commerce now in the database, but right now you're not going to see, right? If I say so dbs, right, you're not going to see the e-commerce here. See, you don't see here because this does not have any data right now. It does not have any, right? Even if I expand here in your computer, you can check, right? See all this database you can see now here. So there is e-commerce? No, right? They don't have e-commerce yet. You have school, you have restaurant, but you don't have the e-commerce because we don't have any collection there. So now how you create collection, right? The next point is how you create collection. So that is db dot collection name, right? So we can call it maybe product, right? Products. And what else we can, I mean, there is a command called create collection, but let's use products here, and then we can insert one data, right? Insert. So insert, insert one, right? This is the function to insert the value to your collection. So you inserting what? Object, right? That's it. So inside the object you can have the product, maybe let's say name of the product will be what? Pen, right? Let's call it pen. You can add a price, right? Price. So this is like a table, right? You have a table. The collection is like a table where you're gonna put all this field, but in mongodb we are adding as a object. The data is stored as a object. Each object, right, is one piece of data. So price maybe string, we can have let's say $5, right? Then you can add color, maybe red. Let's call it red. You can add any property, right? And yeah, so that's it. And if you do insert, oh, that should be string, right? You cannot put something like this directly. It must be string or maybe the number, right? Insert. See, the one data is added now, right? One object. If you look at now, if I go here, right, and I say so dbs database, so see, e-commerce is added to the database now. See that? Even if I go here now, right, I just let's look at, you should get e-commerce somewhere here, but maybe just take some time to refresh. Okay, so you can find there as well, but it's not here yet. So that's how you insert something inside the page, right? That is create database, create collection, and insert the object. See that is done now, right? You can insert many, means you can have insert many function, and you put lot of object inside there, okay, with the same kind of information, right? And you insert it, it will be added. Next is find, right, or get. How you going to read the data? Let's say you have a database, right? How you going to read that? So we can say, so we are in the data e-commerce database, right? So we can say db, right, database dot uh, dot, right. So what is the collection name? That is product, right. So let's call it product. I mean, we can even call it so collection, right, collection. So let's see how many collections are here. Okay, so right now there is only one collection, products, right. If you don't remember the name, you can just say so collection. You can have one collection here, that is one table. Okay, and now you can, let's say you want to find everything, right, all the object, all the data inside this product. Right now we have only one. Okay, so now I can say let's see, so basically database dot collection name, right, that is products dot find. So this function is very useful. Okay, so normally in your website, if you are displaying all the products, what you will be doing, you will be using find, right. So the find will find everything, and then you have the whole object now, right, array of object. You're going to get whole array of object with the find function, everything inside your product collection. So see, right now, see, you see the array already, because I have only one data, but you see one object here already, right. So I can loop through later, right, in my project. I'm going to loop through this array, and I will display that information in my website. So we have learned how to loop through the array and then display things, right, in the page. So that's what happened. Okay, so you see find, find, right, find. So you can also use, like, let's say you want to do something with single item. For example, this item is displayed, right, and you want to click and want to see the details of this item. So that means when you click, you want to find this item with id, maybe this id, right. You can do that. So because we have only one item, right, let's change this to maybe add one more. Okay, let's do that. So I will just go here and change something, right. So name will be uh, let's call it book, right, maybe book. Okay, and price maybe $6, 6, right. And then we're gonna have a, this color is maybe the book color, right, whatever. Okay, just keep it maybe black. So insert, right, I have, now I have two data. Okay, if I go and I say, I just go up here, find, right, db products dot find, right. If I click, you're gonna see two item inside this array. See that? So if I need to find only one of these, right, by id, find, because there is a function, right, call it find by id. Okay, see that, find by id, because I need just one book. I don't need to go and look for everything. Okay, I just find the id and look for that. So I can say database dot inside the collection product, right, product. Okay, that's products, yeah, and find by id. So this is the function from the mongodb. Okay, so you have to put that okay, I did not copy that, paste, right. Okay, so you have to put it as a string, because see, it has a number and alphabet and all that. So if I enter now, right, I'm just gonna get that particular item. So let's try. So there is some error, right. Find by id or find by, what is that, find by, okay, just find by one or find by id. There is a find by id also, right. Let me check. Okay, so you just have to check it quickly, right. Model find by id, right. Yeah, there is, but why it did not work? So let's check now. So db dot find by id, find by id, db dot products dot find is not a function. Can we try find by one? But it should work, you know. I don't know why it didn't work, right? One, find by one. Let's try this. This also not work. So let's see what should be the error. So model, see all this now, right? Model, delete many, delete one, find by id, find one, right? Okay, so find by id, this one, right? Find by id, find by id, yeah. So database dot products, so that is our table here, products, products, right? Products dot find, find by, b is capital, y is small, I is capital, right? Find by id, and we just have to add the id, right? So I'm trying to get this id, you know. Control C, and let's put it here. Okay, enter. Okay, so that means it did not work, right? It did not work in the what you call that, it did not work in the terminal. Okay, because these are the command of, it might be right, because these are the command of mongoose. Okay, so maybe we will see when we are using mongoose tomorrow, right? In our project we'll try to experiment that. Let's check our let me get couple of things from here. So here, right? So see, here is a collection, db dot create collection, right? Even you can create the collection directly here. Okay, show collections, we saw that one. You can insert, right? Straight insert the data, insert many, you can do all that, right? So you have insert many, you can add the uh, with array and lot of object inside, right? You can do that, simple enough. Then find, right? Find that, find prettify, find by, so you just find, right? And then sort, there is find by one, find one. Okay, so just find one, right? Find one, and then you have to specify the object, means basically insert the object with some value there, right? So yeah, because I think that will be only for the mongoose, right? Okay, so let's try to this one. Okay, so if you want to find maybe okay, let's go back here, right? db dot products dot find, right? Find, okay, find. So in here you have to pass the object, right? So what will be like id, if you have id, I mean if we have to use here, okay, we can do this object, right? And you just control v the id, clear, and see if that will work. Insert, right? Why just giving error, you know? I don't, let me close this, right? I think something is not correct here. let's try the name, right? Name colon, and we can call it book, right? Book. Okay, it worked, right? So it worked, but I don't know why this ID did not work. ID should be, yeah, that is fine. So you can even add the sort, right? You want to like limit how many database you want to print. You can add the limit. You can have sort. You can have prettify, like you make it nicer looks. All that things you can do with this. So yeah, so in the find, there are many, let's say, filter method, right? You can use. You just have to look at the maybe the mongodb document, right, and figure out if you need many. But I will recommend just look at the find first, and at least find by one, right? Find by ID, this will work. Okay, this will work, but I'm just little bit I don't know why it did not work. We can pass the ID straight, right? It should work. Okay, so I don't know why it did not work. It should work. I know I have used before. So what is the reason? Product find by ID. So we're just passing the data straight, right? So you have ID here. Oh, okay, so that means you have object ID like this, right? Okay, guys. Okay, so maybe you have to use it like this. Okay, so just put that right inside the object. If you just use find, it will also do the work. So let's add it here. ID, object ID, right? Yeah, so that should be, it should work now. So you can get even with the ID, right? So but in mongoose there is, you just need ID. Okay, you don't have to do all this. We just pass the ID, right, and it work. I know that one already. Okay, so we will check that one in when we create our project tomorrow. So normally you find something with ID most of the time, right? 99% of the time you're gonna just use ID and find the product and do something with that one. Okay, so you will find everything and display in the page. That is one scenario, and the next scenario is get the more details about each item. So that will be get by ID. That's it. That will be second scenario. Okay, now the remaining part is delete and update, right? So if we go back here, so that is find data, update and delete, right? So let's look at the update. I mean, you can just call let's say update, right? So you can have a db dot, then which data you want to update or delete, right? Or basically collection. We are in e-commerce database. The database is e-commerce. The collection name is products, right? And dot, you can put let's say maybe update, right? So let's say update, you can call it update 1 because you're gonna update 1 for now, right? For example. Okay, so we have, there is a book, right? There is a book, and there is what else we have? Pen, right? Pen and book. Okay, so let's check one and try to update. So you're gonna have, first you have to select item, right? So that will be the name. Okay, so let's add name. The name will be what? Book, right? Book. So we get that item. The next value or maybe object you have to pass, right, is update. So we're gonna pass this object, and then you're gonna have to pass the, we call it maybe the operator, right? So the operator will start with the $sign always. Then you're gonna set. Okay, and then what else we can call it? You want to change the name, right? So let's call the name. So but you have to pass another object inside here. So there is many object. I mean, just remember that equal to, we call it maybe what, not book but Harry Potter, right, or story book. Okay, story book, done. So we just change the name now, right, and enter. So just add it. So if I go now and I say db dot products, right, products dot find, I just want to see all, if if that changed or not, right. So see, the book name is changed to storybook now. So that is basically update, right. So I mean, these things we are doing, guys, whoever is confused, right, these things we are doing in the command level, DOS prompt level, right, command level. Okay, just trying to understand, right, how to interact with our database. It's a very basic level. So same thing you will be implementing, almost same concept, right. There will be little bit change, but same thing, the thing will be same, the work what we are doing, it will be same, right. Either you creating something, deleting something, updating something. These are the four functionality you will be doing all the time, right. What you going to do, what else you going to do now, anything else. Either you create something, you read something, right. Read means get or find everything, read. So you add something, find everything, then you may update one of them or delete something, right. So these are the four CRUD operation: create, read, update, delete. Okay, and tomorrow I'm gonna work on complete project, okay, from zero to in, right, with React backend, Express, everything. And you guys see one example. Okay, I'm repeating again and try to understand that, right. So hopefully that will be, I mean, that should be clear. I mean, that will give clear picture, okay, for everyone, right. What else now? Let's say delete, right. We can use a delete. So let's try to delete this pane. Okay, db dot our database is what, e-commerce, but our collection is product, right, product. That will be db dot products dot. So you can delete one or maybe many, right. For now let's delete it, one. Okay, delete, we call it one, like this. And again, you just have to pass the parameter, right, which you want to delete. So let's say I want to pass name equal to what, maybe pen. Let's delete that. Name equal to pen, right. So I will delete name equal to pen. Okay, and I just have to close this. So I'm going to delete one item from the database. Delete one with name equal to pen, and enter. Acknowledge, right, that is true. So let's see if it's still there or not. So we can say database, our collection, that is products, right, products. And what is that, products dot find, right, find. Okay, so see, we only have left is storybook. Clear. So you can delete all, you can, if you want to delete everything, you can just call it database, because we have only one item. But even if there will be many, right, you can say delete dot products. Normally we're not going to do that, right, in our real work, but I'll just show you something here. I think delete many, right, many. Yeah. If you enter missing require argument, right. Okay, so I think I need to pass here the object, empty object, right, and that should delete everything. Okay, so true, right. So if I go back and I say db dot product, right, products dot find, and it should return nothing, right. It's just empty, there is no more stuff left. So yes, so just try this couple of, just practice, right, just practice this. You can look at, once you finish with this practice, you can look at the, learn about the Express, what we talked on the last project, right, about Express. try to get some understanding how you're going to create, let's say, the first will start with what, the model, right? You're creating the modem, model, or maybe we could call it database model, right? Then there will be controller, then there will be after router, right? These three things, try to understand that part. And tomorrow we will take very simple example and then work on the full stack, okay? Just to show you guys, right, how things work, and hope that will, help to understand the whole picture. And then again we're going to get move back, because we have to master the API first. Means you create the API with the database, right? And then you use the our, what you call that, the postman. Basically all this functionality, create, read, update, just for the API, right? Because once you understand that part, then it will be also easy to make a connection and use the front end and all that, okay? So before we leave, I want to show you again something, right? Everyone has created the account with the mongodb atlas. So once you go in this here, right, sign up, first name, last name, company, your email ID, password, and all that, right? And then create account, okay? So I already or you can use sign up with your Google account. So that's what I do, right? I just sign up with my Google account, and just create, right? Just click here. Okay, so once we are here, you're gonna create the project, right? Because I have some work from before what I was doing, right? So here you have many, these are the projects, right? So what we're gonna do, let's create something new, right? Maybe let's call it my db or something, right? Let's create that. So go to the database. What is database here? Database, right? Click on that. Let's see. Oh, that's what I was looking at, because it's so fully, this was just on the bottom, right? So I can add new project. Okay, so basically you guys can go here, click on this, add new project, okay, and it will bring you to the next page, right? So you can call it my db, right? My db, or let's say call it modern stack, right? Modern stack, okay. So that is my database name, or basically project name, right? Project name for now is project name. Next. So the owner you can choose here, or maybe leave it with the email ID. Create project, right? It will create a project. So first you have to create a project, okay? That is the first step. Once you create a project, right, let's build the database, but we're not going to build anything, okay? What we will do, right, we will go to the database access here, the first in the security, right? Go to database access. Let's see, add new database user, right? So click on this add new database user. So the see right now the user will be let's see, so you can call it user, right? Password, just click on this generate secure password, right? Just click on that, and you can add the user also. So we can give it maybe admin, right? Let's call it admin, okay, and done. You can copy, you have to copy this, okay? Remember that. You can see here, but you must copy this, right? You just copy, click on this copy, because you're gonna need this password later on, right? So username is admin, and that is all, right? That is the password, okay? So what else here we have? Nothing, right? Just add user. So we just added admin to our database. Done. So admin is there now, right? Okay, the next one more step you have to do. The next step is network access, okay? So you just click on add IP address. So and then you select allow from anywhere. Okay, just click allow from anywhere and then confirm, right? Confirm. So in that project you must add the IP address. Clear? Okay, so I can save my password right here. I will just change it tomorrow if I need to, so if you need to change or forget password, you just go to database here, right, and click on edit, and then you can just click on edit password here, right, and then authenticate secure password and copy that. Okay, copy this, and that will be the new password for your this, right, okay, this database. Cancel. Basically this project. Okay, so you have the project ready now, right? That's the money stack. So go to your database now here. After that you go to database and build a database. Let's click on the build database now, right? Let's try that. Okay, so you're gonna click on the free, this free, right, free, and create. Okay, you can select the event location, right? That will be the same, that will be same, leave it like that. Local environment or maybe cloud environments, you can select local environment, that is fine. Now finish and close. So just click on. So because we are only using this uh, atlas, right, in our local environment, means within our computer, we are not sharing data from the atlas to any other cloud, right? We are not doing that. So that's okay, my local environment, and finish and close. So it will just take few minutes, it's gonna go through, right, and that's it. So now, right, look at this connection here. Okay, connection, right? So you just need a compass, sail, mongodb, VS code, atlas, right? So just click on this driver, right, and that's the URL now. See that? That's the URL. So if I connect now, right, I just need this one to connect to my database now. That's it. That is all I need. I'm done with this part now. Okay, so if I go to the compass here, right, if I go to the compass, it's just a few step you have to once you practice couple of time, right, the same, you're gonna know it. Okay, in the beginning is little, like so many things, right, but it's okay. It took me like, maybe I tried like maybe 100 times, and then finally I remember. So right now I have a local host here, right? If I change this and add that one, okay, that one, right? So the admin, I just need a password now, password here. Okay, password, right? So the password was this one. Yeah, once you have that password, you put it here, right? And if I click on connect, if this will success, it will show me, right? So let's check. So it's connected. Okay, so it's connected, right? But there is no database now. I mean there is a see, I just have to add the database now, right? So if I go back and add here, so same link now, see the what link I use, right? That is what we're going to need in our project, in our full stack project, to connect to our cloud database. Okay, so that is all. I mean I can add data here just now, right? Database maybe, so this database will be what, school, let's call it school, right? School. Okay, and collection name maybe student, right? Students. Create database. What happened? User is not allowed to do action create collection on the school student, right? Database name is school. Why? uh, School, and then collection name will be maybe student, right? I don't know why you did not allow. I don't know why it did not allow, right? Should be refresh. Same thing, if I product or maybe e-commerce, right? So I don't know why, right? There is something issue with this. It should work, but there is, I don't know what is the issue, but it should allow us to create the database easily. Yeah, so let's look at the online, right? So if, okay, let me check now. Okay, close this, right? So we're done. Now go to the, no, I don't need to go there. If I browse now, right? Okay, so cluster 0, so there is nothing. No, you can load sample data, you can load the data directly here, right? So let's try now, right? So if I go and I seek school and students, right? Create. Okay, there is some issue, guys. I don't know why it's not working, but it should work, right? But anyway, you see how you create, right? You can create the whole thing in this way. Okay, so if I try online also, let's see if this will work or not, right? If I database name will be school and I can call it student, right? Students. So what is here? Okay, just create. So see, it just created, right? In the school database we have the students now. Okay, now in the student collection you can add, you can add the data, right? Basically you can go ahead and add. So if I go back and refresh something in my page, in the compass, right? What is compass? I mean, compass is just a graphical user to just test your cloud data or maybe the local data, right? Compass, where is compass? Here. So if I just refresh now, oh, it's gone now, right? There is no more. Okay, here, this connection I need. Connect. Because there is no data yet, there is no data, right? I think it will not show here. Okay, so for now it's leave it. Okay, so tomorrow we will continue with we'll just look at our project. Okay, first we're going to use our local database and then we're going to move to the cloud. Okay guys, that's it for today, right? So please, whatever we have learned, try to practice in the DOS mode, command prompt, right? And slowly we're going to move. Okay, let's not rush, right? I mean, sometimes that's why I don't want to jump too many things, because I can maybe create one project and show everything in the same one, right? But I know that is not a good idea. I know that. Okay, but we have learned Express, MongoDB. We got now idea, right? Let's put together and see simple example, and then you guys try to realize. Okay, so what is the biggest problem, right, when we're not learning quickly? Everyone, what is the biggest problem? Anyone want to answer? I will just stop recording here. Okay, so I'll just stop recording. Let's answer that.